in my first Easter project, at least on my channel. This is going to be my first Easter project. So I've got just some greenery we're going to need, and I've got some little picks I've gotten from Dollar Tree. You can use whatever kind you like. I am going to be using some of these foam Easter eggs that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. They were like $1.19 after the sale, so they were pretty inexpensive. Going to need some floral foam, a birdhouse. This is the only birdhouse I had on hand. It does have a heart on it, but you know what? Hearts are for all year long, so I'm gonna make it work. And then we're just going to need a crate, some paint, and I will be using the paint that I had in one of my shopping hauls. I am going to use a gel stain by Americana and Walnut. I'm going to be using the Folk Art matte color in the Lemonade. I've got Apple Barrel's Cloudless and Apple Barrel's Key West. Folk Art matte in the color lavender, light lavender, and then the Folk Art matte in the Cottage Rose. So those will be the paints that I'm going to be dabbling with. And you will also need some sticks. And I just went out in my backyard and grabbed some sticks, which is awesome because my last house I couldn't do this with. So this was awesome. And then just gonna need possibly some of these wood skewers. And then I've got one of these wood dowels. The first thing I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paint my wood pieces. I'm going to start by removing this sticker and then this sticker, which usually they come off pretty easily on the wood pieces, usually. Sometimes they need a little bit of a sanding. All right, we're just going to make sure we clean all that dust off. And I'm just going to paint the bottom part with this white chalk paint. All right, then I am going to take this gel stain and the walnut. I'm gonna wipe that excess off in the stain. Probably should have done that before I painted because I'm gonna have to touch up now for some of that white paint that's getting the stain on it. I'm going to also paint the bottom of it because I don't know if it's going to be able to be seen with what I'm going to be doing to it. So just in case. And I'm just going to touch up that white paint. Also staining this crate. I'm going to paint the bottom of mine. You do not have to do this. It's all on your preference. And I'm at least going to paint the top half of the inside because, again, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. So I'm just going to play it safe. Alrighty, we'll draw that down. All right, now I'm just going to take some of these wood skewers because I am going to be painting some of these foam eggs. And I am going to go ahead and just use probably about 10 of them. And I'll see how that looks. And if I need more, then we can always paint more. I think 10 should be fine. When you draw these, if you use a heat gun, don't get too close because it will distort that styrofoam. That's a beautiful purple. All right, we'll let those dry. All right, next I'm going to take some floral foam. And I'm just going to glue that in the bottom here of this crate. And watch it come out of the bottom. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, well. So when you glue that on the bottom, you might just want to put hot glue on the little strips of wood on the inside, just so you don't have that issue. right, I'm going to take this little wood dowel and I am going to glue that. I would probably normally just drill a hole through here and then stick that in and glue it really well, but my drill's downstairs, so I don't feel like going downstairs. It's in my kitchen with my kitchen makeover stuff. And you're gonna have to hold that there for a little while since we use the big glob of glue until it dries. And you know, honestly, you could probably go ahead and use either super glue or some E6000, something that'll hold it down. I probably should have used some super glue. Of course, I just now thought about it, but if it falls off, I'll use super glue. And I'm just gonna add more to reinforce it. And I am just going to take some more of this gel stain and I'm just going to paint some of that stick because, again, I don't know how much is going to be able to be seen. Then I'm going to want my birdhouse, but not that long, so we're going to have to trim some of that off. I'm going to put some hot glue down. Try not to burn myself. All right, and I am going to use some eucalyptus that I picked up from Walmart. I'm just taking the ones that are like on the side branches or stems or whatever they're called and sticking them in the longer piece where I can. I'll take some of these picks that I had picked up at the Dollar, and I've seen them this year also, so just to give it a little bit of pretty color for the spring. I love these. I have to say these are probably my favorite finds at the Dollar Tree are these florals. They are just so pretty. All right, then we're going to take some of our sticks. You might want to put some hot glue, just a little dab on these eggs when you put them in there, just so we know that they stay. I always fling stuff across the room when I use those cutters. And I like the idea of just having some sticks by themselves. It looks just more natural. To cover up some of this green foam, I'm going to use some floral moss. I'll put some hot glue in there. And make a big mess. And if I would have thought about it, which I did not until I saw it. You can see the floral foam through these crates. So we can always shove some moss in there. See how that looks? Or you can get one of those crates that don't have the little splits through it where you can see through it. That way it just looks like it's kind of growing out through the crate. All right, shake it off a little. I'm not going to worry about doing that to the back side because nobody's going to see it, but you can if you want. I'm going to put some of these in there, I think. See how it want to look. I had also picked these up, these wildflowers from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to pull the green part off. Maybe just a few pieces. I don't like it there. There we go. I'm going to stop there. What do you guys think about that? Right, on this one, I'm gonna need some wooden table legs that I had picked up. I got these at Home Depot, and this one's the 6-inch, and this is a 9-inch. I believe the 6-inch one was about $6, and then the 9-inch one was like $7, something like that. But I did get them at Home Depot. I've also got these large Easter eggs I had picked up at Hobby Lobby. They were 40% off of $3.99, and I have 2 of them, and I might be using some moss. I'm not just sure yet. And then I've got some gel stain. We'll be needing some white paint, and then some of these stickers that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off, hopefully, yep, these little ribbons, and I'm going to pull these off. And I'm going to start by giving these a stain with the Walnut Gel Stain by Americana. I need to start buying a bigger jar of this. I really like this stuff. I think it's got a pretty tint. But you can also use like Waverly's Antiquing Wax. I'll just wipe back that excess after you get it on. And I just do it in layers so it doesn't dry too much on me. Or in sections, sorry, not layers. I'm going to do the top of it as well, just in case. Okay, I'm just going to set that aside to dry. And do this other one. I have a little makeshift mug or cylinder holder that I place like cups and stuff down here. I'm going to do the same thing, I think, with this egg. It'll at least keep it from going side to side. And I'm going to be placing these stickers on here. Okay. I'll take these stickers. I'm just going to cut them out. I'm just thinking that this might make it a little easier to work with. And then just going to put them around this egg, however you see fit. And see how hard this will be to cut. And that way, just got less to work with. It's not very straight, but I'm trying. Well, it's not perfect, but also got some of these little stickers we can utilize. Just kind of play around. It's the fun of crafting. And just make it your own. There we go. The second one ended up looking better, so practice makes perfect. We're going to go ahead and take some white paint. And now we're going to put those skewers inside the egg to help with painting and give it a really good coat. Probably could have used a bigger brush. Okay, gonna let that dry. I'm gonna do this other one. All right, our eggs are dry. Now it's time to dry brush over them. And I am once again going to be using my walnut gel stain. Got this chippy brush. I'm gonna get off as much as I can of that. Isn't that pretty? Now, I had gotten this idea from Wayfair. They had these eggs that had this design on it. Not the identical design, but they were real similar to this. And I thought, wow, I can definitely make those. They were like 6 for $59 or $54, something like that. But I thought they were beautiful. If you ever feel that you get too much brown on there, distressing, you can always go back over it with the primary color, the base color, just to lighten it down or to tone it down, lighten it up. All right, I think those are perfect. Oh my God, they look so high end. Set those aside and let them dry. Okay, so I'm really feeling like it's missing something. So I'm thinking maybe the moss is a good idea. And I want to put it kind of like right around there. That way it doesn't look so much like a table leg. Also got one of these round wood pieces. Actually, I've got 2 of them. They came off of some Dollar Tree Christmas trees, I believe. Is that or Hobby Lobby? I don't know. They're just little wood rounds. And I thought that maybe if I use that gel stain and put them on the bottom here, that might be an option. So I'm going to try gluing the moss and the egg on first, see how that looks, and go from there. Okay, I'm gonna start by take some of this hot glue, and I'm just gonna put just on the outer edge. That way I can put this moss on there. Just going to trim some of that grass off. I think that's pretty. All right, I'm just going to let those be for a second. Make sure that hot glue is dry and clean up this mess. Okay, so I've got some of these wood cutouts I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to use the one that says Happy Easter and the profile of the rabbit. And I'm gonna start off by painting them white. All right, now that I've got them painted white, I feel like they're a little too stark. So I am going to take my chippy brush and some of my gel stain, and I am going to have a very minimal amount on that brush, hopefully. And I am just going to just kind of take it and dry brush it just a little. Very lightly, just like so. There we go. I'll let that dry. And I did go ahead and take those little wood rounds and stain them just to see how it would look. And I think I'm liking that. I think I like that. So I'm just going to take some hot glue and I'm going to glue these pieces on there. All right, I just think that makes it look less like a table leg, so I'm happy with that. And I know you noticed my string, and we're going to get to that on this one. I'm going to take some jute string and take that. Then I'm just going to exit, make an X with it, not exit. Come around the back and cross it over, and come back around the front. Then I'm just going to twist it. And just trim off. And then I'm going to take my tag and just glue it onto that so it's hanging on the back and it's just kind of hanging down. Trim any of that extra string hanging down. There we go. And then just do that also with the other one. And if those hairs drive you crazy, you can always take those and singe those off. But be very careful because that grass is there. Okay, I don't want to go too overboard with mine because of that grass. Anyway, those are all complete. What do you guys think about those? I think they turned out really, really pretty. Okay, let me know in the comments what you think about them. Okay, on this one, I picked the sign up from the Dollar Tree. Unfortunately, my Dollar Tree, as of last week, hasn't had much as far as the crafting. They started getting more, but all I could find in an egg shape was the sign, which is kind of cute, but I'm going to end up using the back of it. But I'm also going to make this look a little bit nicer on the back just because I don't want somebody to flip it over and see this. I'm just going to take that tag off because we won't need that. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a sanding. Yeah, I'm just going to sand this down, sand some of this glitter off. And I'm just going to take some Dollar Tree craft paper and put that on the back. I'm going to the Dollar Tree this week and hope they have gotten some more stuff out. I'm really, really hoping. All right, that looks better. And I am going to start off by painting it an elephant from Waverly. And that might have been just a little too much. I'm just going to use my heat gun and dry that up. And I'm just going to take some white chalk paint and I'm going to do a heavy distressing on this because I just barely want the gray to show. I want more of the white. All right, and I'm going to draw that down. And you are going to need some either tacks, which is what I am using, and I picked these up from the Dollar Tree. You can also use some of these stickers from the Dollar Tree. You could use wood beads, and I'm going to stick my tacks down into the styrofoam. And I have got some oil rubbed bronze from Rust-Oleum, and I'm just going to spray paint these tacks and let those dry. Then I've got some of this macrame cord that I'm going to be using. And we'll also need some florals of your choice and some greenery. I believe I got this greenery at Walmart. And about right there, which is, let's see, about 6.5 inches from the bottom is where I'm going to start. But I'm going to start by gluing that right there. going to wrap that around and do not glue the front. You want to make sure these are as close as possible. And you can tack down on the back as needed if you feel necessary, which I'm going to do that. All right, and you're going to have a total of 14 strands going across the front. And on the last one, we can go ahead and hot glue that one down. And then put some hot glue on the back for the last piece. And then we can trim that off. And I'm just going to put a little hot glue on the end so it doesn't unravel. All right, then we're going to take our greenery and florals and just kind of put them in there. Actually going to trim this one down just a little. I am just trying to bend that down as close as possible. That way I can still utilize the stem, but this will be sitting straight forward. Gotten these little roses from Hobby Lobby, so just trim those off. And if you'd like, you can always just do a little bit of tacking of some hot glue so they stay, which I think I'm going to do that in a few spots. And you can use any kind of flower you want. My inspiration, I actually saw somebody selling this, something similar on Etsy for $20. And she used roses. And I don't know, I just wanted something a little different. And I thought these were pretty and I had them in my stash. Here's some of those wild flowers from the Dollar Tree. Oh, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Oh my goodness. I'm going to stop right there because I don't think it needs anything else. I don't know if my tacks are dry yet. I'm going to trim the little pin part off. Okay, they're still wet. So those are going to need to dry just a little bit more. In the meantime, so I'm going to make just a little bow to go right in the center with this macrame cord. I'm just going to unravel the ends. and then glue that right in the center. Okay, now you can either glue your little pieces down, but since I still have the little end of the tack right here, I'm just going to take a hammer and hammer it in once I make sure I like my placement. Start in the center. Just like so. Now all we gotta do is put just a little hanger right there and hang it up. What do you guys think?